I'm gonna hope people can hear me. I'm reaching out into the spiritual realm. Well, I know I can hear you, Mouse. But you're a goat spirit that, for whatever reason, has decided to attach to me. So I don't really think there's much that can... Yes, I know. Okay, I'll... Alright. Well, still. I can do things in the village. I've been doing things in the village, but yeah, you're right. I probably should get started on the renovations in my basement that have been going quite well. Yes, I am gonna figure out I will definitely have to figure out what's gonna happen with the roof. Because over here, there's like going to be places where I can't exactly put that roof. I mean, there's 4 blocks. If I put like slabs on the top, that should be fine. Yeah, I guess I never told you how I got here, did I? Well... Oh shoot, I need to make another chest. Let me make a chest, and then I'll explain how I got to you, because I did sort of allude to how I ended up here to you, Mouse. I didn't really elaborate. Let me tear down these first. So, I spent most of my life as a wandering trader. Like, trader not as in betrayal, but as a wandering merchant. Yes, those kinds that come up here occasionally to everyone, really, because they do go to different villages, because that's what I do. They don't seem to pop up a lot for other people, but they do pop up for me occasionally. And there are some wandering traders that have helped around here, have popped up. It's not the most glamorous of lives, but it is something. So that's what I did, because I had a interesting... No, I'm gonna need the dirt later. An interesting life. I led an interesting life. Before that, that just sort of led me to want to not be there. For lack of a better term, I don't really like talking about it, because why should I talk about it? There's no reason for me to worry about that. It's totally not like I've been putting off or remembering that stuff and not even going to a location where I could find information. But I don't, because reasons. But traveling a lot, didn't really make any friends. A couple villages I liked to stay at. One of them I was going to even settle down in, but when certain people from your past don't exactly like the fact you're actually being better and improving yourself and not just using emeralds, and not just taking what you learn and doing what others tell you, then you just doesn't exactly give you a good rep with that person. And so I died. Yes, I died. I told you this already. Mouse, you should know this. Yes, and I died in a raid. Again, not exactly private information. But that's okay. Because what I do know is that I believe I acted in the correct way. Even if he didn't. And then I had to live in the afterlife for a long time with a guy who was very keen on violence. And they are, unfortunately, are also here, but I'll get to that in a moment. And while I tried to save others from dying again, because apparently in the afterlife you can die again, except I couldn't for some reason, you just have to stay. And those people just left, and there was not really much I can do about it until my friend Iacus, who apparently does not have that good of a past, also apparently spent a lot of the time sheltered, so maybe that's why I managed to succeed. It was the 93rd, and I finally got someone to live. But it was only a matter of time before he was going to get killed. But they didn't. They didn't get killed because their sibling appeared with a robot who I am still not entirely sure. I still don't know what the difference is between a robot and a golem. I still don't understand that. I probably should, but I don't, because what is the difference? It's something to do with sentience, I guess, but they also said that they didn't have a soul, so not sure what was up with that. But I digress. And so we did end up getting out of the afterlife, or at least they did, because I popped back, which was good, because for some reason the gateway to the overworld was still open, to like the main island, and then to the overworld was still open. And so I at least attempted to make sure that Akir did not leave the afterlife, but they did. And I managed to follow, still don't know how I ended up. And since I was here, I decided to build a house, because I also didn't know where I was. I didn't know if Akir was here as well, if it was just me. And turns out the answer was no, it's not just me. Turns out I actually made their house, my house, right next to them. So that's cool. And because of that, what else did I do? Because of that, we got to hang out. And we eventually met up. I showed Iacus that I indeed had a new outfit. And so we talked, caught up. I can phase through blocks now, so that's cool. As I probably saw earlier, I can just phase through blocks, and that's fun. That's a fun power. We also go invisible. Don't know how to show that off, but that is a thing. And I share that power with Iacus and Akir, because Akir is here too. And it is very annoying for him to be around, because I don't hate a lot of people, but he's definitely someone on my hate list. The only reason I tolerate him is because he would kill me otherwise. And Iacus likes to have him around, so I guess I'll try to get along even though I don't actually like him. Don't like them being around. They're a threat. And they did attack us. Well, like, soon after Iacus and I found each other, he attacked us, and I'm not sure what happened. It's hard to tell if it was, like, a full flashback or not, because I also saw it from his perspective. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. So it didn't kill Iacus. It did kill his horse. So that was the thing. And yeah, just left us alone for some reason. If he wanted to kill Iacus, he could. He found him first. But they chose not to. And I still don't know why. I don't know how to bring that up in conversation. Because how do you bring that up in conversation? And then after that, I met Slate, who I haven't seen in a couple days, but has begun to change into something. Because they've been getting new powers. Except they said that they're not, like, acquiring new powers. They said they're just happen to have new powers. So not sure what that's about. And what else? Oh, Red, who it's complicated about, which I'll get to. But I meant Red, and we built a track up the mountain. Except we're not actually using that track because Icus made a much better staircase. Oh yeah, and then there's a holiday party. Like, Icus and I made a house for a villager. Then we also had a community holiday party, which is how I won one of my horses. I managed to win the PvP, the combat, section, combat game. Not sure how I feel about that, but that's fine. Slate won something. I think Reintar won a pickaxe. And then, did Slate win anything? No, it's not that Slate won anything. Slate made it snow. And soon after we went back inside to eat cake, that's when Akira appeared. And didn't do anything. That's how we found out that Slate might be a god. Anyway, I left the party after talking with Slate and Red, and found out that Akira was like, hey, by the way, if you don't get information about Atari, this one person who is a goddess, apparently goddesses and gods in general exist. That's a weird thing. Didn't know that was something that was going to be on my things you learn when you're back alive. So that's the thing. There's not much I can do about that. I just kind of have to accept it. I knew spirits were always a thing. I could hear spirits when I was younger, and I could hear spirits when well, I couldn't hear them in the afterlife. So that's the thing. But I could, and due to the fact I grew up a villager, I knew that they just existed. And nothing really happened. I mean, we knew that Slate was continuing to change fur and stuff, but we didn't know exactly why, and I couldn't find anything. And somehow Icus convinced Akira to continue for this deal where as long as no one in the town attacks Akira, then Akira won't kill anybody. Which is good. I'm conflicted about it, but I mean, a peaceful Akira is better than a violent one in my eyes, so at least there's that. I am so annoyed. The first time I ever hear Aji talk, and they're not even there for me. They're just like, yes, campfire at Hawk's house, and it's fudging. They're fudging there for Akira, who is visiting me. That's when Syra decides to, well, what I call Syra, but who's actually named Aji, because apparently I don't know squat about actual gods and stuff, and I thought a goddess was just a wandering spirit that decided it liked me for some reason. But I mean, can you blame me? Suddenly there's this powerful spirit that uses firelight to signal to me different stuff, and it's campfires. Of course it's gonna be Syra if the only supernatural stuff that I know. Get down to the city. You see a lot of books. Apparently Akira has a grave. Don't know why you would give a military general a grave, but I guess that's just what people do. I don't know why graves even exist. I mean, the people aren't here anymore. And I don't know. They're just weird. So we go to the city, get like information. I think I haven't really asked Iacus what the translations have meant, and I only think the other notable thing is that Iacus managed to use the books to somehow make wings, which I am very conflicted about. People shouldn't be in the sky. You don't. That's. I don't like that. Wings. I mean, I guess if you can make make something that makes it where they're in the sky, then it's fine. But I don't want wings. I don't want wings at all. I was offered them, but I've had wings before, and frankly, I don't need them to be around. I don't want, but eventually I might have to, because wings are really great for transportation, and if I did have to leave for some reason, then there's not really much I can do. So I know they are good for transportation. Like I said, you can fly many different long distances, and eventually I'm going to need to actually, well, put them on, but it's just complicated. Then I can move this. That saves bright enough. Yes, I know you're here. Do not care. I have actually good armor this time. And not the iron armor that I made myself. Instead, it's diamond armor, because Akira's like, no, you gotta have better armor. And I'm like, I'm fine, and they're like, no, you're pathetic, please actually have good armor. So I'm like, fine, I'll invest in good armor. So I at least enchanted it. And it's pretty good. I have like mending and protection and a really strong turtle helm. Because apparently the dude has a turtle farm and just gave me a turtle shell helmet for some reason. It feels weird to be somewhat friends with Akir. After building my house, I'm not really entirely sure what I want to do. I mean, I have ideas, but there's just not much I can do, especially since I'm waiting on this one dude from the called Adventurers Guild to actually give me the coordinates to just like spots with information about curses or gods in general, because apparently a lot of people have not been. Well, some people have been looking into gods and stuff, just as like general, but other like cultists, you can't really find anyone, and they're biased. So, don't really know what I can do to help other than just exist and upgrade armor and upgrade dwellings and deal with the fact that Akira is learning common, even though I don't like that. Don't like that a bit, because then we have one less thing. So I was hoping it'd stay like a secret language, but I also understand like realistically anything that Akira can do to help us would be good. Personal feelings aside, there's not much I can do about that. I'm gonna need to make some more moss, but I have some to spread around. So I am going to do some testing. It's daytime, hold on. I need to get some wood. Cause it's day, which means... Where did this oak come from? I've been in this area since when is there an oak tree? It is a small oak tree, but why is it here? Have I just not been this close to the area to notice? Why is there an oak tree here? I mean, I guess I will gladly take the oak wood without having to go across the ravine, but it's like little ravine area, but why is it there? I mean, it's probably me. I probably planted it, but at the same time, why? I'm gonna put one down here, I think. Oh. Ooh, a cactus. I need to eat. This is why I've been eating the golden carrots. They're a lot easier to manage. Well, at least they last longer, saturation-wise. Been learning a lot about cooking, too. From various... I always knew about foods. I've been, like, checking my knowledge about foods. Because Iacus... one of the things that Iacus did was just throw me some... What was it? Like chicken or beef or something, where... So I could actually eat something other than like rotten flesh and honey and mushroom stew. Which in my defense, mushroom stew is like really great. It's not my favorite food, but it does exist. And I just realized I did not continue talking about... I just got off topic really bad. Just I was talking about love languages, I quickly went off topic when I was distracted. But anyway, Iacus wanted me to eat better food, and so gave me some, you know, better food. So, I don't know if his, like, care language is gift giving. I mean, it would make sense because, like, the person, like, he literally made wings for everyone who he wanted to make wings for, even Akir. Eh? But okay. I mean, it would make sense. I very hope it's not quality time, because otherwise that means his life is a lot more depressing than I thought it was in terms of how he grew up. I need to get in. As long as Iacus likes it, then I'm fine with it. Concerning, like, science and stuff. Because if he's happy, then that's good. He was my first friend in a long time, and in a place where I really needed friends. So, I mean, yeah, some years I would have friends, but there's not much they can do when there's a murderer around and you're just trying to hide all the time. It's not exactly an area of friendship, and if I didn't, like, hide them or, like, stay away from them, I was worried that they would die, so there wasn't really much I could do in terms of friendship. But Iacus always checked up on me when I was around, made sure I was okay. Kind of saved each other in that sense. Which is why I want to make sure that he's okay here. Because He's not trapped somewhere. And he's somewhere he wants to be. If he wants to move, then I'll move with him. I think that's sort of where I am right now with that. Okay. To put this poisonous potato into the lava. And then go back down. Should probably fix this edge. Stone would make sense. Ooh, actually moss. At least the edge of the staircase would look pretty with that. I'm going to keep the dirt on the other side because it's actually grass blocks. And I don't want to have to deal with that. Or like most of it's grass blocks. I have one grass block. Which I think I can hide as moss. Now think about it. Because it's close enough. Most people probably won't notice, and you can put flowers on there, so if you want to put flowers in that area, it's fine. Completely alright. Yeah! A lot nicer now. There we go. And make plants. Potatoes that are already partially grown, so it's a lot easier for me to finish growing them. And I have enough. I even have extras. I'm very satisfied with how this has turned out. Yeah. Looking at it very confidently. I did this. Okay. It takes a decent amount of energy to extend my reach into the spiritual realm, so I think I'm just gonna cut it off here. So, because it's been quite a long time, and I need to go meditate and rest. Specifically rest, even though I can't sleep. Nighttime, but I can't sleep. Apparently you can't sleep if you're undead. It's been very annoying. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Gonna let you go, spirits, and hope you have a good rest of your day, night, whatever it is.